Sorry the last video was slightly cut off. I didn't want my roommate to come in and hear me, like, reading this really, really weird story, especially where I am. We get along, and I don't want to destroy that with bad fan fictions. So I'll start at the sentence where it's, like, cut off halfway through. I touched the tree and concentrated. Spelt wrong. Hard, and even though it was winter, the tree suddenly started to bloom huge bunches of flowers. The flowers cascaded down like a river onto the bare forest floor. Okay, last I knew, besides, the basic super strength, super speed, and, the basis stuff, the vampires from Twilight only have, 1 power each, so, for some odd reason, she gets 2. She can control the flowers of the world and talk to animals. She's basically, a very, very bad Mary Sue version of Pocahontas, but, Pocahontas was a lot cooler than her. I love Pocahontas. That was a fabulous story. I took my hand away in horror. The flowers were so beautiful, they made me think of Edward. Of course they did. Then I remembered how he had left me after we had made love, and I became angry. I touched another tree, and it burst into flames. Okay, so apparently it's not being able to grow flowers. It's power over elements. Which, she's like, I swear this person took it from, I don't know, some cartoon or something. Because I vaguely remember a cartoon that was if I'm angry, I'm fire. If I'm happy, I'm this. If I'm this, I'm this. And I don't remember it, but, very well because I was really little. But, yeah, it sounds familiar. I touched another tree and it burst into flames. It was as if the trees turned into things that somehow reflected how I was feeling. OMG, how is this possible, I said. Don't ask me, I'm just a panda, lol. The panda said, lol. Said Snoofles. With a big grin, and he raised his eyebrows. Do pandas have eyebrows? I guess technically they do. But they're very hard to determine from the rest of their fur. So, I don't know how you can tell, but he raised his eyebrows. But I'm so happy to find a person who can understand my speaking. Ways. Wanted a human friend. Will you be my human friend? Well, she's not human. She's a vampire. There's a difference. Well, yeah, okay, I said, but I have to go to school now, so I'll see you later, Snoofles, okay? That's cool, said Snoofles. I'll see you later. I ran away and was totally weirded out by my meeting with Snoofles. I would have been too. That's the one thing that we can connect on here. I'd be terrified if I met a panda in the middle of the woods and be totally weirded out if it started talking to me. That would be really cool, though. Wonder if that's what acid does to you. I don't know. I've never done drugs or anything, so I wouldn't really know. But whatever. I was almost in a trance at school, and even though... Yeah, that was spelled right. People starred at me and made comments... She's missing an M. About my new appearance, I had never cared less. In gym class, I ran around dressed in my gym clothes. I was playing dodgeball. She's missing the E of dodge. And the clear leaders kept throwing their balls at me. Reality hard, like badges. Okay, I'm sorry. You can't, word a sentence like that and not expect someone with a perverted mind to think something different. Especially with all the weird stuff that this story has had. And the clear leaders kept throwing their balls at me really hard, like biatches. But I was dodging them with the speed of light. Lauren came over to me and tries to hit me over the face with her balls. I smacked her in the face. Okay, I think she needs to learn, the rules of dodgeball. You can't, pass a specific line. You can't just, walk up to someone unless they're, right there at the center line with you. Okay, that's not how the game works. WTF, you freaky goth tutor bitch. Tudor. I have no idea what word she was trying to use there, but I doubt it was Tudor. It's Tudor. I can't think of anything that would be spelled anything close to that. I don't know. She shouted with her ugly face flapping like a big bag. Leave me alone, yeah? I said, looking more beautiful than ever. No, it'll never leave you alone. Because you're so worried. What has happened to your face? It's like you're from another planet. You're so pale and delicate, it's freaking everyone out, and we all hate you. I was so mad. I pushed her, but when my hands touched, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading this for some odd reason. But when my hands touched her arms, her skin started to blister and froth in a totally gross way, and she got struck by a bolt of lightning. It's lightning inside their gym. Some weird weather happens in Forks. She wasn't dead or anything, but she looked totally disgusting, and she got taken to the hospital. Last I checked, the death rate of lightning bursts is normally pretty high. Especially if it's, powered by anger. Apparently she's, playing God now. I don't know. But, yeah. I kind of feel bad for her. I didn't look for my friends, and after gym class, I sat in the changing rooms after everyone has left and cried because I felt so sorry for what I had done to Uncle Larry and to Lauren. She needs to learn middle punctuation in sentences. Something else I've noticed, nobody is, calling her out on the fact that she was the only person near her and that her skin started blistering as soon as she touched her. Somebody had to have noticed that. And that lightning doesn't strike inside a building too frequently from, out of random like that. So, what the fuck? She should be accused of something, at least by someone. I'm sorry, I just realized that. Oh shit, I hit the back button. Give it a second to load, I'm sorry. I was sat there, wearing a very short leather mini dress and red ripped tights and a skull necklace and a gothic top hat with feathers on it. I was never allowed to wear hats in school, so that's just a little pissy thing for me. Suddenly, I heard voices from behind me. She heard voices. T-A-R, T-A-R, it is I, Edward Cullen, said Edward. What's he doing in the girls' locker room or whatever, wherever the fuck she is? I was mad at him. Oh wait, no, sorry, I skipped a part. I turned to Kook at him, and he gasped in a high-pitched way and fell over onto the floor. I was mad at him and totally upset about other stuff, so I didn't check to see if he was okay. He got up in a minute. So, Apparently, Edward Cullen turns into, like, this gaspy girl from, like, freaking horror movies. It's like, or whatever. I don't know, that's the only way I can think of gasping in a high-pitched way. It sounded more like I was having, like, an asthma attack or something. Next line. I fainted, Tia. That was so sexy and exquisite. I lost my contentiousness. Thy face is even more sacred and filled with shining glory than before. I am amazed. So, she was just so beautiful that he just passed out right there. I don't think people's beauty can do that to people. Unless they're, like, shocked by it or something, but I doubt he'd be shocked to that point by her. But then I noticed I was crying tears of soft blood, and he said, "What is wrong with thee?" said Edward. Okay, crying tears of blood is, as Senpai mentioned in a different video, a real thing. And so, I'm wondering, what is wrong with her as well? Or is she just, like, taking this from Vampire Diaries or something? Because that's what My Immortals author uses as, like, an excuse. Vampire Chronicles, I'm sorry. Vampire stuff is happening. And it's just really weird. But yeah, none of the vampires in Twilight ever cried tears of blood. Anyway, I killed someone, Ewadred. Oh gosh. I killed my uncle and drank his blood, and I think I made Lauren get stuck by lightning. It's okay, Tia. He was evil and Noon cares about Lauren. I'm pretty sure her family cares. Edward says to comfort me, and he put his arms round me. Still, what I did was awful. And anyways, get off me! I stood up and shook him off me. Don't come near me ever again. I haven't forgiven you for what? She spelled what right, but she added an extra T. Happened last night. We did sex and you left me there in the forest. I'm sorry, I cannot stay away from thee, and yet I cannot be with thee either. He cried and threw his hands up and wept. Okay, I've never met anyone who's ever cried like that. Make your mind up. Make your mind up, you dard. This is a serious thing. Ether, stay here with me now and screw me and be with me forever, or leave and go be with Bella. Make your choice right now. I choose thee, Atlantean. I'm sorry, her name is really hard for me to pronounce when it's misspelled. Even when it's spelled right, it's still hard for me to pronounce. Atlantanina. Bella is a big mean cow and I can't be with her anymore. I will never leave the outside again, my lovely. Damn Sal. Oh gosh.